Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm Mar, and today we are skipping the bike minigame. Because I looked it up, and you can totally do that on hard mode without it affecting anything. So, you know. Yeah. There's a trophy for the bike minigame, but it's much easier to just come back and get it later. On not hard mode. Because the trophy is for finishing it with above a certain amount of health. And to do that in hard mode, you have to play on, like, you know, close to perfectly, and I'm just not gonna do that. That's not happening. Okay, so let's go. Here we are, ready to walk through this area. Man, I really wish we could walk faster through this area. The unfortunate reality of Cloud not being the person who sets the pace here. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Residential areas just beyond this gate. Mind doing the honors?
What if I do mind, huh?
You've got an arm on you.
I think the thing that annoys me about, like, them waiting for me to walk up and push the switch like that is it's a cheap thing to make me feel like I have agency when I don't. And, you know, I think that's the design difference between a lot of newer Final Fantasy games and older ones, and why, and this one doesn't do it as much as 13 does, but like this area in particular where and areas like this where other characters are the guides definitely smack a lot more of the way 13 operated. And I think the reason is that, like, almost every JRPG for like ever has been largely linear.
Mom's an old-fashioned type like that.
But
She'll make us pizza? Her Midgar
the
special?
way it is now, you don't really have the option to
And she
explore.
loves guests who ask for seconds or thirds.
Like I said, this game doesn't do it as badly because it has breaks where you can explore,
let's head
but
in.
largely I'm never asked to try and find, like, I didn't have to find Jessie's house on my own. She walked me right to it.
Shame you won't get to try the Midgar
I
special.
won't have to look for anything in this area, despite the fact that it's pretty big. Characters will guide me to every point I need to be at. I will never be asked to find things on my own. Whereas in older JRPGs, yeah, they were linear. You had to find the right spot in order to continue. Oh, I can't skip yet.
With your help.
There we go. Like, I can't skip yet. But yeah, so like in older JRPGs, everything was linear. You had to find the right point. But at the same time, you had to actually look for it. The reason it grates in some newer JRPGs, particularly Final Fantasy 13 is the one that's, you know, lamb-basted the most for this one.
You'll find a room with two.
And so, you know, it's the one that is accused of this the most. And I think the reason for that is,
We'll be chatting Mom up in the kitchen, so
the
don't
reason
bother.
those things get in trouble for that is because you're guided right to those points. You don't ever have to explore, you know? And this game does a decent job of pulling away from that a bit, but I think fundamentally, in 10 years or 20 years, when games have different problems and are better in this particular aspect, we'll look back on this and we'll see it as a product of its time, that, like, that they'll see that this is a problem that most games from this era suffered. This era being, what, 2010 to maybe a little earlier than 2010, maybe like 2005 to now, give or take a bit. I don't know, when did, I think Final Fantasy X is the first one that I can really think of that does it. It handles it really gracefully, but it still does this. And that, like, that's actually what I always find hilarious when people are like, in Final Fantasy 13, you don't get side quests and it's just one long hallway. Well, yeah, so is Final Fantasy 10. It's the same thing. Literally. Even all the side quests are at the end.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
When are you going to give up?
But like, it's not so much about whether there is choice or not, but how the illusion of choice is presented. In a lot of newer JRPGs, the illusion is completely taken away because you have helper characters who are like, oh, we're gonna walk this way right now.
Happened while Jesse was doing a show with the gold saucer.
Like, having these characters who know where they're going means that I don't have to explore this space at all, which has benefits and drawbacks. The benefit is that, well, I don't have to think about where I'm going. In this case, it allows them to focus on the dialogue. This is one of the times they're using it pretty well. Because yeah, these characters would know where to go, so they're using the time in which they would guide Cloud to tell a story.
No change whatsoever. That's what got her into planetology and led her to seek out Avalanche. How far we've come.
Jesse's got
Which is why it doesn't grade as much in this game, because this game still relies on it, but at almost every moment that it does rely on it, on other characters guiding you around, it uses that time to have conversations.
I understand how you feel. Unlike most of the time,
to have the players be talking through that travel, so that way the fact that you're being guided around isn't as grating. Like, it's only bothering me now because I don't care about the conversations anymore because I've already heard them. They're not interesting anymore, guys. Can we keep going?
The essence of life itself is not something.
well,
He's serious.
not my problem.
This guy.
Hey,
but yeah, because if I, like, the first time I walked through here, I didn't even notice that I was being hallwayed and being guided completely without being allowed to explore. I mean, I noticed a little bit, but not that much, because I was interested in the dialogue. The dialogue distracted me and interested me enough that I didn't care too much about it.
Hey man, the plaza's that way. Warehouses are further in.
Wait, I want to check something.
Around from the back, right?
I'm gonna go see if this down here gives me any extra rewards on hard mode. It's this little thing that you can just go fight in. Also, let me switch set for all. This back to fire, I think is what I want to switch it to. Yeah, fire. Men's battle trading.
Think you can stop me?
Not so much fire first specifically. These guys, more just as a general, that would be helpful kind of thing. If nothing else, this was some easy XP.
Is that it?
And yeah, still just the same training bonus of 100 gil. So yeah, not much point to doing that. But yeah, this game does a good job of interspersing those moments with moments where you actually explore.
Don't expect me to save you.
Which,
You can use
I don't
that
know.
vending machine over there to stock up.
I'm not sure. I literally can't use it.
Could go a few rounds before the main event.
I'll just take a nap on the bench.
I get really hungry when I'm nervous.
But yeah, it's complicated, right? Because like there are moments where that kind of being guided around is a good thing, where it adds more than it takes away, right?
No better... Okay, let's go over
I'm just not sure that it's always well
Start
used.
things off by cutting loose where...
In this game, it's largely well used. Like I said, they make use of that time whenever they do it. Like, they're never doing it for no reason. Like I said, it's only grating on me on the replay because I can't skip them. And I've already heard the dialogue. It's not interesting anymore.
All according to plan.
Let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's head inside. Let's go fight. That's a scene. There's a very slight, it's mainly a difference in camera that once you know what you're looking for, you can tell when scenes are starting. Looks like I'm starting to do more damage to these guys, I'm noticing, which is good. Means that, you know, my leveling up is getting me somewhere. Oh, I guess all the spawning in soldiers were too far away. Yeah, like that almost takes out soldiers now. Which is significantly more than it used to do. I'm just gonna triple slash and easy level up. Did one of those enemy soldiers just cry out, "There's too many of them"? There's 3 of us, and one of them is doing most of the work.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Give me a bit more time and I got you.
I just realized it's probably a scene. I can skip it.
Right.
Stop targeting the riot trooper. Ow.
Not looking good. Let's do this. Second wing.
Ow.
Get ready.
Holding position.
Gotta be careful. Well,
I'm annoyed at how that worked. Yes, retry from last battle. I'll go with retry from before this battle. Retry from first battle was attractive just because of the sheer amount of XP I would get from that, but nah. Does Cloud still have the barrier materia? Because now seems like a good time to have a barrier. Just gotta wait for... There we go. Okay, so let's just drop a mana wall on myself, because while I'm assuming pretty much all their attacks are physical, I don't trust the game designers that much, you know?
come on.
Like, I don't trust that one of their attacks wouldn't just be magic for some obnoxious reason. Like, I'm attacking this guy with his weakness and he just doesn't care. He just ignores it. He literally doesn't affect him.
Let's do this.
There we go. Okay. It's always annoying when something like that happens. There we go. Not sure how that didn't bounce off his shield, but I'll take it. There goes one of them. Yep, there's the new enemies. I knew someone would be coming. Well, oh, that's annoying. It broke my my counter guard. No, Elite Grenadier, you're gonna die now. Gosh darn it. There we go. As I said, gonna die now.
Here we go.
No, thank you. How about you get staggered? So that way I can heal myself.
No more playing nice.
Anyway, I'm fairly certain that something beefier than a shock trooper will come along for me to use my limit on. I'm pretty sure I remember there being beefier things in this fight than that. Okay, use prey. There we go. Good job, guys. I mean, I could have won the fight even with those up there, but I appreciate the help nonetheless. You know, I still appreciate the help. I thought I was in Punisher, but I was not. Okay, let's
finish this.
Let's just keep using the mighty triple slash.
Don't eat me! Please don't eat me! Pizza! It's a bad idea.
I mean, Wedge, you're being a hero. You just keep that up for the rest of the game and don't let the ghost kill you, okay? Oh, I forgot that was where I exited combat. I am now entering the next combat with no limit and... Oh wait, okay, cool. That didn't actually exit combat. Since God put a sword away, I thought it was going to. I was scared. Anyway, well, refocus sounds nice and all. Feel like that's probably my better bet. Ate that. Ow. That fire blast hurt. Jeez. Like, I have to avoid fire blasts at all costs. How did Wedge just take one of those to the face and live? Wedge is stronger than I gave him credit for, that's for sure. Ow. It'd be really nice if I could not be on the ground for quite so long. Ow. I need to get enough ATB to get a barrier up without dying. Ow. Ow. Okay, I think that's enough health that I can drop a mana wall on Cloud.
Come on.
Especially since I could use that to distract them for a second. Oh, don't want to get hit by that. Fire blast bad. Okay. Okay, let's get that free healing. Ow. That did a lot of damage, but it's all good. It's all good. That's fine. See, Cloud's A-okay. We're just gonna keep using Deadly Dodge and keep using the Might of Prayer to keep Cloud nice and healthy. And then we're going to use another Ascension to remove Sweeper A from the game. Ooh, Andy got pressured. He is so staggered. Oh, hey. Part of that hit the other one. Either that or Wedge threw a bomb in there that hit both of them. Unclear which one of those two actually happened. The unfortunate thing is that while I have that summon option there, and I really want to summon Fat Chocobo, I need to be healing. So it's less of an option than I would like. Hey, want to come over here? This isn't a trap, I swear. Okay, maybe it's a little bit of a trap.
Any time now. Steady.
My barriers just wore off, and I'm not a fan of this reality. Okay, let's Infinity's End this guy. Because, I mean, he is standing still after all.
All right.
I drove him right into the mine, just like I was supposed to. Because I am good at video games, and I definitely intended for that to happen.
Now that's what I call team.
The nice thing on hard mode is I actually felt like the mines were useful, unlike on normal mode where I just kind of killed the enemies without any trouble.
Floppy.
I'm just gonna heal myself.
Try me.
Yeah, just... How about you just get wrecked? Does that sound like a good plan? 'Cause it sounds like a good plan to me. Keep Blade Burst. Ow, that hurt.
I see you.
Darn, I didn't get the guard up in time. I released my guard at the wrong time there.
Wow. Some hero
Oh,
you turned out to
geez.
be.
That did more than half my health. Yeah, retry from before this battle. I don't need to retry the rest of that. I was not ready for that to deal, that much damage. It's interesting because, like, I don't remember the differences between enemies' regular attacks and enemy special attacks being that much on normal mode. So I think it may have been buffed up, like even the ratio between those attacks I think increased compared to normal, which I guess makes those attacks more of a surprise. Okay, let's go.
Let's do this.
Attack me. Do it.
Anytime now.
Tell me you don't love it.
Huh. Yeah, your mistake was using ice magic. The devs hate it. Come on. Hit me. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna mana wall myself.
Get ready. I see you.
Yeah, that's right. Get countered. Come on, attack me. Do it. Anyway, I'll just heal myself and then beat you up. Ow. That was a fast vacuum wave. Yeah, I stagger you so you get a little scene. Unfortunately, it's not one I can skip because it's an in-combat one. Yeah, can't skip it.
I told you we were gonna push it past the red line.
Also, I'm still annoyed that he gets to just decide he isn't staggered with a scene.
Right.
Open up the throttle. I'll give you company.
I mean, I still did more damage with that interaction, so, you know, who's the real winner?
Open up the throttle.
Counter stance. And that is the use of counter stance. Is that it can counter even when you're in the middle of something else.
Marvelous. Wonderful gift you've given to me.
Oop, I didn't open my menu and counter stance fast enough. Oh, same. Well, I'll just heal myself, I guess. Didn't have any actions for counter stance, sadly. Yeah, eat that. You know what? Screw you, Roche.
Gotta give it my all.
Roche? I don't know. Dead guy. Also, I like how they clearly gave this guy a character, acted like he was gonna come back, and then we never see him again. I guess he probably appears in the other parts, but still. He just kind of disappears from this one. Like he's clearly like a character, right? Like they've clearly put some effort into him and he just disappears. And we never see him again. Despite fighting Shinra on very, like, multiple extra occasions. Like, we fight Shinra a whole bunch after this, and we never...
Why is that?
Because a soldier wouldn't understand. I'll tell him you're worried about it, though.
Yeah. Anyways, now we get to run past all this junk. Is this something I can skip yet? It is! Cool. You can usually tell from camera movement if you can skip something.
So, how do we get back to the slums?
With a little trick I've been dying to try out.
At least chapter 4 will be done soon. Get chapter 4 nice and done in one episode. You know? Easy peasy.
Can't believe HQ was running a lot tonight.
All residents are to return to their homes and remain indoors until further notice.
They're ramping up.
I repeat, for your safety, go home.
I heard someone say it was an attack.
Hey, it was those terrorists, right? There has been no...
Now that I've beaten the game, I'm very confused about this part, because like this is all definitely something that didn't happen in the original, but there's no ghosts everywhere preventing what's happening. Surely we've altered fate in some major ways today.
Right, this is it. Through here and we're home free.
Where exactly are we going?
I just got teleported.
You'll know. Now
Let me start running now, thank you.
We should have everything we need for our next mission.
Sure hope so.
Yeah, me too. For your dad's sake.
Hey, what the hell, man?
Huh?
Cloud was just saying how he hopes to come back and try the Midgar special next time.
Really, huh? Cloud said that?
Sure did. Wants a whole pie to himself. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Really? Well, okay then. Maybe I'll lend Mom a hand next time too.
That'd be awesome.
I'm just...
Super awesome.
This still... Like, I just love their interactions. They're hilarious. Makes traveling more interesting. And... yeah. So skip that. That should be the end of chapter 4, I think, right? Once it's done loading, anyway. One day. When it finally finishes that loading screen. Sometime next year. Oh, that's right. I have to run back through town and check on all of them first. Make sure they all got home safely and all that. Okay, skip another scene. Wait for it to load
Jesse and
again.
Biggs made it back safe.
I guess.
Cool if we check on them? We'll pass by their places anyway.
Sure.
You saw it too, right? Over Scrap Boulevard.
You just run after Wedge and follow him through.
Well, this is Biggs' place.
Guess not.
Hope he isn't worried. He's got a habit of...
Wouldn't have guessed.
And when he worries... Anyway, let's head on over to Jesse.
Me wanting to leave Midgard didn't go over. I stayed up all night thinking about the reactor bomb.
They put a lot of effort into pointing out things like
pretty-
this.
I'm telling you...
They know about Jesse.
Nah, it's all a game.
You lost me.
Life's a stage and love's the play.
Yes, yes. Jessie is only acting like she loves us because, or like she's interested because it's fun for her, blah, blah, blah.
Try to find some ribbon work.
Hey there, Bigums. Reggie, Small.
That's skippable. Yeah,
Aw, I
okay.
missed you too.
Now I can go back and talk with Jessie, and then
Well, if it isn't Cloud.
yes, that's skippable. We'll go with no promises.
No promises, but I'll think it over.
Really, you will? I make a mean pizza, I'll have you know. Marsh, Loosh, Black Millie, Red Shelly. I use only the best ingredients. Sound good?
Never heard of any of that stuff.
Oh, you are so adorable, you know that? You just leave everything to me. It'll be great.
Yep, it'll be great.
Nighty-night.
And the next time Cloud sees her after tomorrow morning is her death scene.
Scares me to death thinking there might be more to come.
So, what do you think Walmart...
Gosh, aren't getting stuck on them. I thought I could just run through their group, but the game was like, no, there's an invisible wall between these two guys. Sorry. Like, why is there a wall there? Whatever. Okay, let's go. We go here. We take a nice nap. Sleep until tomorrow. I was just gonna take a nice, relaxing snooze. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Is that the end of chapter 4? I honestly don't remember where the chapter break is here. Like, is it after fighting all the ghosts? It's after fighting all the ghosts. That's the next
Let's head
episode.
for the bar.
It looks like it's after fighting all the ghosts. So, thanks for watching. That's all for this episode. See you guys next time.